Hi guys, who likes my breasts? Because apparently they're the reason that I deserve to get raped. Just in case you're that easily distracted, I'm just going to put my hair over so you can't really see anything, because I know how distracting boobs can be and how they're obviously making me a terrible person. I don't know if you can tell, but I'm a bit pissed off and I'm just going to get into it because fuck you. I'm actually angry at you guys. Not every single one of you obviously, but something happened a few weeks ago. It happened in July and it really enraged me, and it made me just think, like, who are these people that are following me? Really? It's gonna sound like I'm targeting every single one of you, and I'm not, so just bear with me, listen to the fucking story, listen to my argument, and then shut the fuck up. Or comment if you want. If you've been watching my videos for a while now, this is a new place, probably like, oh, where's your shitty apartment? I moved out and I've moved to a completely different area, and here's part of the reason why. I lived in Mongkok, like a really grimy area that was the most densely populated place in the world. That is Mongkok's thing. It is the most densely populated place in the world. So it's just, oh, it's like, it's not a particularly nice place to live. But then on top of that, I lived in the red light district. I'm sorry if I keep talking too fast. I realise it's something that I do when I'm angry, and I always get comments saying, oh, you talk too fast, but just fucking deal with it, like try and keep up. So I lived in the red light district, and one night I was walking home from my friend's house, and I'd never walked like any other general direction, like it's this way. She actually lived in the apartment block that I'm living in now. I tried walking home and got lost, and then I took a taxi, and then he took me to TST instead, which is like 3 MTR stops away, and then it took me to near my house, and I was like, good enough. I ended up like walking home or whatever a little bit, and it wasn't far. I was just like, whatever, just at the point where I'm just like, do you know what, just drop me here, it's fine, I'll walk. It was in the late hours, so the district gets a little bit busy at that time. I'm walking down, head down, just trying to keep my own business. And it's not like I usually feel unsafe. It's just because in those types of situations, like, you just want to be ignored. Like, you don't want people to speak to you. I don't care how friendly they are. I don't care if they're lost. When I'm alone in a street, I just want to get home and I just want to be safe. So I started walking home and I got some catcalls, shocker, from these 4 guys. 2 Western, American sounding, don't know where from, an Indian sounding guy / looking guy, and a Chinese guy. And they started off just mild catcalls, and unfortunately I'm used to that. I'm used to people catcalling me and saying these really inappropriate things, and which is something that I shouldn't be. And I just started walking, and I was like, I'll just walk quickly to my house, like I just want to get the fuck out of here. And then I noticed from the corner of my eye that these guys started to follow me, and then I got really scared because these 4 guys were following me and saying things like, I'll rip off her fucking panties first. It's not an okay thing to say, and it riles me, and I was so scared, and I was like, there is no way that these 4 guys, like, if they ever attacked me or like tried to stop me, there's no way that I could ever overpower one of them, never mind 4. And so they were saying things like that, and I walked as fast as I could, like, head down. I eventually got to my apartment block, and for the first time in like 4 months, the security guard was like awake, and he just let me into the building. Everything was fine, like I was completely fine, nothing happened. So anyway, like, when things like that happen to me, I go to Twitter, because Facebook, it's just not my place. I'd rather vent to strangers. Oh, shocker, I'm making a video on the internet about it. I recalled the whole thing on Twitter. You know, most people were pretty nice about it, but then I got comments like, well, what were you wearing? Excuse me? What were you wearing? Oh, that's what you get for being a party girl, Ali. Or, oh, drunk again, Ali. Yes, I'm aware I have a reputation of drinking, but that should not endanger my life. Like, unless it's something fucking stupid that I've done, like, oh, I know, I'm super drunk, let's jump out of a window. That's my fault, I'll take responsibility for that. But for being drunk and getting raped / anything else that could happen, that's not my fault. And I shouldn't have to feel victimised because I decided to have a drink. And by the fucking way, I was sober. I was sober, and I was wearing a full-length fucking dress that went down to my ankles and a jacket. You absolute fucking twat, you cunt. How dare you say that my life should be endangered because of what I'm wearing? Oh, and let me tell you, these were mostly guys. There were even some girls, and it upsets me, it breaks my heart that girls would say, oh, but what were you wearing? As if slut shaming and victim blaming is the thing to go to, as if that is okay. It's not. And this is the problem with society. And this is one of the reasons why it riles me when people go like, oh, I don't see the point in feminism, blah, blah, blah. Oh, you're a feminist? And people groan and like, ugh, because they think I burn my bra and like I go around hating men. And that's not the case. It's the case that I think I should be allowed to walk down the street and not fear for my life I'm a woman because I have tits. It's not something that I feel like, I don't feel it's warranted that I can walk down the street and have to worry about what I wear, how I express myself, what I do for every little thing because I have a fucking vagina and not a penis. Like, it really riles me. And it's not just me that this happens to, it's every woman. Every woman is judged. And it's sickening because a guy can walk down the street wearing anything. Like, this is a thing in Hong Kong and all of Asia. They wear, like, men wear tops and then, like, roll half up so you show all your belly. If a woman did that, it'd be like, you slag, you slut. And people would say, like, you deserve everything I got to you. What the fuck is the matter with you? Look at yourself in the mirror and what is the matter with you? I read The Guardian today, someone sent me a link, and it's about the Charlize Morales trial case. And kids as young as 11 are being blamed and being victim shamed and slut shamed for being children, okay? They're the ones being blamed, not the grown men. The children that aren't completely aware or in control of their feelings and what they do and are also heavily influenced, they're the ones being blamed and not the adult male. But you're a female, but you were asking for it, but you went along with it, but you did this, but you were drunk, but she was high too, but she said, but she looked older. That's something that they said, but she looked older. Oh, because she looks older, she's obviously got the mental capacity of a full-grown woman. This is something that really needs to be stopped, and it's something that I am so passionate about. No matter how many people say that sexism doesn't really happen anymore because, oh, the women have got the vote, woohoo, we've got that one victory, there is still so much prejudice. And I'm not saying that there isn't towards men at all. Let's face it, who has more pressure on every little thing that they do? Women. Who has to think about what they wear so carefully? Because someone can be raped and it is still their fault. How does that work? This is something that I feel so strongly about, and like I can barely form my words about it. I feel like venom is literally pouring from my mouth right now. Like, I am so disgusted. The people that said these things to me, by the way, on Twitter have been completely blocked, and if you're watching this video, I think you're a fucking twat. I want to live in a world where I can wear a dress, where I can show a little bit of cleavage and not think, oh, but do I have to, because I might get raped. My life might be in danger. Oh God. Guys can walk around with their top off and not have anything said to them. But for some reason, for having tits, no, you've got to get them covered at all time. Why? I should be able to walk down the street wearing literally anything the fuck I want, or even naked, topless, whatever, and no one blink an eye at it. Nudity is nothing to be ashamed of. Nudity is nothing that should be like squirmed or shameful. And if you have a problem with nudity, then whatever. As long as you're not the type of person that'd be like, you deserve this because you were showing your skin. You know the thing that you were born in that everybody has? Yeah, well, you were showing yours. I half almost don't blame people for saying this. And not because I sympathise with them, but only because I understand that this is the way it is in society. We're indoctrinated so much that this is the way it is. You are a slut, you are a slut, you are provocative, you are a seductive temptress of a woman, and you deserve it because we're only... The guys, like, obviously they think of sex. Like, what are you gonna do? But a woman's sexuality is shameful, and you know, you were wearing a sexy dress, or you were, you know, heaven forbid, showing a calf, so you're provoking it. I can't even end this video because I can't, I'm going to link you to the article. I want you to read it because you'll be so disgusted. And I really hope when you hear about stories like this, and I really hope me telling you the story has made you kind of like realise how hurtful the things that you have said are. I really hope that seeing this video has made you think, yeah, so that's not okay. You know what I mean? I don't expect things to change overnight, but I'd at least like to change some people's perspective in the way that they do things, because honestly, that was one of the scariest moments of my entire life. Maybe the most frightening moment of my life. And yeah, nothing happened, but something could have so easily have happened. And it was luck, pure luck, that I got safely home. If I died, like, what would people say about me? Oh, Alybongo, but she has videos of herself drunk on the internet. She obviously deserved it. Alybongo, well, you know, she does a fashion channel, so she obviously, like, is a slut and likes to show all her legs and her tits and stuff. Is that what people would actually say if I died? Like, is that what people would say if I was raped and murdered? I deserve it. Because I didn't. I was walking home from a friend's house to my house, and people followed me and threatened to rip off my panties first. Like, and there was 4 of them. So there's no way I could have felt like, if my apartment was any further away, I probably wouldn't have got away. I need to end this. Goodbye.